You join us at Parcmotor Castelloli, a cool circuit in northern Spain near Barcelona, just weeks before the start of the 2017 British Touring Car Championship. At this test, Halfords Yuasa Racing are testing their 2017 Honda Civic Type R, and Gordon Shedden, who won the overall BTCC title last year, has kindly let me have a few laps in his car. So the main objective is not to bin it.
So what's it like letting an idiot in charge of a touring car? Well, first thing to know is you can't see a bleeding thing. It is unbelievable that 35 people will sit in these things and race them against each other when you can't see anything within 30 yards of the car. You sit so low, so central, and the controls are really light. I mean, the pedals are nicely weighted, but the steering is really light. Both Gordon and Matt Neal like a really light steering system, and it's not like in a road car where you get that extra weight mid-corner, and then engineers like it because it's reassuring. It feels like you've got a front end to lean on. There is basically this lightness that does not ever go away. But the drivers like that. They say it's less tiring, you get more chance in high-speed corners to sort out a problem, and there is feel. I'll tell you what, these brakes are phenomenal. This, I won't lie to you, is my second stint out, but the first one, Matt Neal has obviously heard me and seen me braking at the 300-yard marker when he's doing it at 75. And he says, look, you can just stand on the pedal in the initial part of braking as hard as you like. I mean, it's silly really, isn't it? In some ways, this is just a car, you know, four wheels, steering wheel, seat in the middle. How hard can it be? But as is the way, because of the noise, because of the seating position and the visibility, because of the amount of lateral grip and braking grip, it's very imposing. I'll tell you where it's not imposing is under power. The official stats are 2-litre turbo making round about the quoted 365. They will say this with a smile on their face. About 365 horsepower, 450 newton meters. Do not be surprised to find, if you were able to dyno one of these, that number would be rather higher in reality. But it weighs 1,280 kilos, so let's face it, less than 400 horsepower and 1,280 kilos are not beyond the realms of rather a lot of road cars. So it is, as is so often the way with racing cars, not the straight line speed that is phenomenal about them. It's what they will do mid-corner, it's what they will do under braking that separates them from road cars. A little bit of heat comes into these tyres and this car gets better and better and better. You really can lean on those brakes. They are off the scale good. They just don't lock up. And then the pros, of course, will sort of trail them to the corner and exploit the maximum from the grip. And it is here where it's not like driving road cars, and I'll drive most road cars quite quickly on a circuit, but the limits of these is just that much higher, and that is what separates racing drivers from everyday sort of track day enthusiasts. Got a friend who says, look, if you're going to do a track day, don't be a pussy, actually get a race license and go and do some racing. Not entirely sure it's everyone's cup of tea, because it is quite an imposing thing to do, but I know what he means. You end up pushing that much harder, pushing yourself that much harder with a real racing car. But the people who do it in these, imagine the amount of other cars around you being able to see this little, and it is absolutely no wonder that there are upsets and collisions and spills in BTCC, and why it is one of the most exciting formula on the planet. I genuinely think it is. Genuinely is great to watch, and the entire reason is that these cars are so evenly matched against each other. What's fastest? Well, on a level playing field, they reckon the rear drive cars, BMWs and Subarus, would be probably faster than the front drive cars. But Honda have a good setup, good engineers and very tidy drivers.
So Shedden and Neil will be gunning for the title again in 2017, and you can follow all the action with highlights on the Autocar YouTube channel and at autocar.co.uk.
Getting better?
Yeah. It gets slightly less intimidating every time, doesn't it, somehow?